What if one of the biggest things affecting your cat's health, energy, behavior, and even lifespan is sitting inside their food bowl right now? Because most cat owners think wet food is just a preference, something extra, a treat. But what science has discovered about cats and hydration completely changes the conversation. And once you understand what wet food actually does inside your cat's body, you may never look at dry food the same way again. Because some cats quietly become healthier, more energetic, more playful, and even emotionally calmer after one simple dietary change. And the scary part? Most owners don't realize there's a problem until years later. 1. Cats were never designed to drink much water. Let's start with something most people have never been told. Cats evolved in desert environments. That means their bodies were designed very differently from dogs or humans. Wild cats got most of their hydration from prey, not from walking over to a water bowl and drinking all day. And that instinct still exists in your house cat right now, which means something important. A cat eating mostly dry food often lives in a constant state of mild dehydration. And the dangerous part is, they may look completely fine. Because cats are experts at hiding physical stress. Dry kibble usually contains around 10% moisture. Wet food often contains around 70 to 80%. That difference is massive, especially for an animal biologically designed to absorb water through food. And over years, that hydration difference starts affecting the entire body. 2. Your cat's kidneys feel the difference. Now, here's where things become serious. Kidney disease is one of the most common health problems in older cats, and chronic dehydration plays a major role in it. Think about your cat's kidneys like a filtration system. When water intake stays consistently low, those organs work harder every single day, year after year. And because cats evolved to survive with minimal visible weakness, owners often don't notice anything is wrong until damage is already advanced. Now, this doesn't mean dry food automatically destroys kidneys, but studies consistently show cats eating wet food generally consume significantly more total water. And hydration affects everything: kidneys, bladder health, digestion, energy levels, even coat quality. Sometimes owners switch to wet food and suddenly their cat becomes more active within weeks. Not because wet food is magical, because their body is finally functioning closer to how it was designed to. 3. Why some cats become more playful. Now, this next part surprises people emotionally. Some cats literally seem happier on wet food, more playful, more alert, more engaged with their environment. And there's a reason for that. Cats naturally evolved eating high-protein prey with high moisture content. So when a cat suddenly starts receiving food that more closely resembles their biological design, their body often responds positively. Hydration improves circulation, digestion becomes easier for some cats, and energy regulation can improve noticeably. Owners often describe it the same way. My cat suddenly acted younger again. And honestly, that can feel emotional when you notice it happening, because you realize your cat may have been quietly uncomfortable for years without ever being able to tell you. 4. The weight problem nobody talks about. Now let's talk about weight, because this is where many indoor cats struggle badly. Dry food is extremely calorie dense, and because it lacks moisture, cats often consume calories very quickly before feeling satisfied. Wet food naturally contains more water volume, which means many cats feel fuller with fewer calories overall. Now, obviously, every food is different, and not all wet foods are automatically healthy, but many overweight cats benefit enormously from replacing part of their diet with moisture-rich food. And here's the hidden issue. A lot of owners don't realize their cat is overweight anymore because overweight cats became normalized online. People call them chunky, cute, fluffy. But obesity places serious stress on a cat's joints, organs, and long-term mobility. Sometimes improving hydration and nutrition doesn't just change how your cat looks, it changes how they feel inside their own body. 5. Wet food changes their relationship with eating. Now, here's something fascinating most owners never think about. Wet food changes the entire sensory experience of eating. Cats are heavily driven by smell and texture, and wet food often activates stronger hunting and feeding instincts. The aroma is stronger. The texture feels closer to real prey. The eating experience becomes more stimulating. That's one reason picky cats sometimes suddenly become excited at mealtime. And older cats especially can benefit from this, because aging often reduces appetite and smell sensitivity. Sometimes warming wet food slightly even increases interest dramatically, because to your cat, the smell matters almost as much as the nutrition itself. 6. The biggest mistake owners make. Now, here's the part most people get wrong. This video is not saying dry food is evil, and it's definitely not saying every cat must immediately switch diets overnight, because cats are incredibly sensitive to sudden food changes. In fact, switching too aggressively can cause digestive stress and food refusal. The real takeaway is awareness, understanding how your cat's biology actually works. Many owners simply assume, my cat drinks water sometimes, so they're fine. But cats naturally underdrink compared to what their bodies ideally need. That's why even adding some wet food regularly can make a meaningful difference over time. Even partial changes matter, and the earlier those habits begin, the better the long-term effect often becomes. Your cat can't tell you when their body feels slightly off. They can't explain dehydration, kidney strain, low-grade discomfort. They simply adapt quietly, the way cats always do. And that's why understanding what food actually does inside their body matters so much. Because sometimes, one small nutritional change can completely change how your cat feels every single day. More energy, better hydration, better long-term health. Sometimes even a happier, more engaged cat overall. And honestly, when you realize your cat has been quietly depending on you to understand all of this for them, it changes the way you look at that food bowl forever.